All right, let's jump right in. Picture this: a politician with everything to lose. A journalist who's about to break the story of a lifetime if it doesn't cost him his life first. And in the middle of it all, two deaths, both officially ruled suicides. But what if they weren't? Today, we're diving into a fictional theory that connects these events in a pretty shocking way. So at the very heart of this whole thing is a secret. We're talking about a past connection to a criminal case that could absolutely shatter a promising political career in a heartbeat.
But there's always someone who doesn't buy the official story. One journalist just couldn't let it go. He started digging, connecting the dots that powerful people wanted to keep buried forever. And as it turns out, it would be the last story he ever worked on.
So that's the big question, right? How does this theory claim that a single personal weakness was twisted and weaponized into a tool of international politics, leaving two bodies behind? Let's break it down. Okay, so to really get this, we first need to understand who the key players are in this whole tangled web. According to this theory, it all kicks off because one man was vulnerable. Think of this as our cast of characters. You've got K-Son, the target, a politician with a skeleton in his closet. Then there's P.E., the broker, the guy who holds the key to that closet. Enter C-M, the operator, a Chinese mafia exec who smells an opportunity. And pushing back against them, J-R, the investigator, and P.R., a police official who becomes the obstacle. And boom, the first domino falls. P.E., the man with the customer lists, the very evidence that could end K-Son's career, is found dead. This is the single event that lights the fuse on everything that follows. And right here, you see the core of the problem. Officially, the police say it was a suicide. Simple, case closed. But the theory we're looking at suggests something way more sinister. A staged murder carried out by the Chinese mafia. But why? Why would they do that?
But here's the brilliant and chilling part of the strategy. P.E.'s death wasn't just about getting rid of a loose end. It was a power move. It silences the one man who knows the details, sure, but more importantly, it makes the politician, K-Son, completely dependent on the mafia to keep his secret safe. It's the opening move in a very serious game of chess.
Now let's switch gears and look at our journalist, J.R. While the police are closing the book on this supposed suicide, J.R. is convinced there's way more going on beneath the surface. So J.R. starts pulling on all these different threads, and he realizes they're all connected. He links K's vulnerability straight to P's death. He then ties that to the mafia's known playbook. He even starts to follow the money and uncovers foreign funds flowing in. And the whole time, he's getting serious pushback from inside the police force. And that pushback has a name, PR. This is our police official. The theory claims he's actively hiding information, trying to steer the investigation into a dead end. He's basically running interference, creating a safe space for the mafia to execute their plan without any trouble. As J.R. gets closer to the truth, the stakes just get higher and higher. This is where the theory suggests things get really dangerous. He's not just looking into a murder anymore. He's stumbled upon an operation with massive international implications. And this is the bombshell. J.R.'s research leads him to a staggering conclusion. The Chinese mafia isn't just in it for the money. The theory says they're actually being funded by the Chinese government itself, with a mission to gain political leverage in Japan by exploiting exactly these kinds of personal weaknesses. So, what was their playbook? It's a cold, four-step plan. Step 1, get the leverage. That customer list is gold. Step 2, create dependency. Take out the original broker, PE, so K-Son has nowhere else to turn. Step 3, neutralize any threats. Like a reporter who's asking too many questions. And finally, Step 4, establish control and use that politician as a puppet for the long haul. And that, of course, brings us to the horrifying completion of Step 3. J.R., the one person who put all the pieces together, is found dead. His investigation is silenced, permanently. And look familiar? It's the exact same pattern. The official story, once again, is suicide. But the theory is clear. This was another staged murder. It was a brutal message to anyone else who even thought about digging into this. So, the investigation is dead, both key witnesses are gone, and the secret is safe. Let's step back and look at the final picture this theory paints of the entire conspiracy. How did it all work? According to this theory, it's not just one conspiracy, it's 3, all stacked on top of each other. It all starts at the bottom, layer 1, a simple personal crime, K-Son's secret. That weakness opens the door for layer 2,
Organized crime steps in to exploit it for profit and control. But all of that is just a means to an end for Layer 3, a national strategy to gain influence in another country. Each layer makes the next one possible.
And when you look at it this way, the two deaths stop being just tragedies. They become cold, calculated moves on the board. B's death was a strategic asset to create leverage, and JR's death was a strategic asset to protect that leverage. It's chilling.
And that's really where this whole theory leaves us. It's a detailed, logical, and frankly terrifying chain of events. But remember, it is just one fictional interpretation. It forces us to ask a much bigger question, though. In the real world, how often does this happen? What truths might be hiding just behind the official stories of cases that are quietly closed and forgotten?